Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Young and Restless is about to send two couples barreling towards a crossroads, if not outright disaster. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Making a relationship work is never easy in Genoa City, and this fall on the Young and the Restless is no exception. In fact, it may be tougher than ever to make things work. Head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith teased Young and Restless' upcoming storylines a bit with TV Insider. There's no shortage of messy relationship drama, with a dash of danger thrown in here and there, but there are two couples in particular who are headed for a world trouble with a capital C. And by that, we mean Kane. His attacks on the Newman Empire are sending shockwaves through Genoa City, and not just in the business world. Down a dark path. First off, Adam and Chelsea will be right at the heart of Kane's planned attack on the Newman Empire, Griffith tells TV Insider. That could go poorly for them, but, as Griffith notes, they're stronger than ever. And when Adam wants to fight dirty, this time around, Chelsea's all too happy to join him. We know what you're thinking. That sounds great for their relationship. But there is one problem. While Adam's dark side is never really far from the surface, Chelsea's done a decent job of keeping hers buried recently. If she's tapping back into that, Adam may end up finding out he's bitten off more than he can chew. And if the two of them end up feeding off each other's worst impulses, there's no way this will end in anything but disaster, even if they're coming together for a good cause in defending Newman. Michael, meanwhile, is pondering taking a different tact to defend Newman, by taking a job offer from Kane. As Griffith points out, he's supposedly retired, and it's caused quite a rift between Michael and Victor. But if Michael takes this job, he can use it to spy on Kane and pass information along to his former boss. That could be enough to get back into Victor's good graces. And that's not going to sit well with Lauren. She felt she finally got Michael out of that whole gray area of working for Victor, Griffith tells TV Insider. And as she sees he's pulled back in, she'll pull out all the stops to keep it from happening. That's sure to get under Michael's skin, and worse, if Lauren isn't successful in stopping this scheme, it's bound to ratchet up her own frustration and resentment towards her husband. It's got to be maddening to think you're finally moving on only to find you're right back where you were before, loaded with problems and saddled once again with a demanding Victor. What do you think? Is Michael going to finally push Lauren away as he tries getting back in Victor's good graces? Can Chelsea and Adam survive if neither is reining the other in? In Genoa City, love stories are rarely written in soft ink, they're etched in fire, betrayal, and the kind of heartbreak that fans can't look away from. Right now, The Young and the Restless has two couples standing on dangerous precipices, their relationships teetering between survival and utter destruction. Whether it's quiet discontent, long-buried secrets, or dangerous temptations clawing their way to the surface, these romances may not survive the storm that's coming. And make no mistake, the crossroads ahead may not just mean change. They could spell disaster. Couple number 1, Kyle and Audra, a fire that burns too hot. When Kyle Abbott first let himself be swept up by Audra Charles, it felt like rebellion, a pushback against his fractured marriage to Summer Newman. Audra was sharp, sultry, and completely unafraid of the fallout. Together, they made sparks fly. But those sparks may now be turning into the kind of fire that consumes everything in its path. Lately, cracks are beginning to form in their alliance. Kyle, still deeply tied to his family's business and its legacy, is starting to feel the pull of responsibility again. Audra, however, thrives on chaos, ambition, and bending rules to her will. While Kyle has been using their connection as a way to forget his pain, Audra has been using Kyle as a pawn to climb Genoa City's corporate ladder. And fans know one thing about Kyle: when he starts to feel like someone's manipulating him, his Abbott pride rears up. With Jack and Diane watching closely, and Summer still hovering around Kyle's emotional blind spot, this romance could implode spectacularly. Imagine it: Kyle discovers Audra's latest corporate scheme, realizes he's just been a means to an end, and the volatile dynamic turns into a war. Could this affair end not with a breakup, but with Kyle delivering a crushing Abbott-level takedown of Audra's ambitions? Or, in true Genoa City fashion, could Audra flip the script and ruin Kyle before he ruins her? Either way, this couple is barreling toward disaster, and the wreckage will be felt in both boardroom and bedroom. Nick and Sally, the ghost in the room. Nick Newman and Sally Spectra have been a complicated duo from the start. Their connection was fiery, unexpected, and, for a while, refreshingly honest. But ever since Adam Newman became part of their orbit, the romance has carried the weight of a ghost, Sally's undeniable tie to Nick's brother. Nick has tried to play it cool, to be the stable and grounded man Sally can lean on. But underneath the calm surface, his insecurities are mounting. Every time Adam makes a grand gesture or bares his tortured soul to Sally, Nick feels the distance growing. And Sally, for all her attempts to commit to Nick, can't quite erase her lingering bond with Adam. Their shared grief over losing their baby bound them in a way Nick can never replicate. The crossroads is coming fast. Will Sally admit that her heart never fully left Adam's? Or will Nick finally lose patience and step away, tired of living in his brother's shadow? The relationship has been wobbling for months, but all it will take is one misstep. Maybe Adam making a bold play or Sally slipping into old patterns, for the whole thing to collapse. If disaster comes, it won't be quiet. Expect explosive confrontations between the Newman brothers, old wounds reopened, and Sally once again forced to defend herself against accusations of betrayal. And if Sally finds herself pulled back into Adam's orbit for good, Nick may finally walk away, not just from her, but from the endless cycle of rivalry with Adam. Why these crossroads matter. On soaps, romances are more than just love stories. They're fuel for bigger storylines that ripple through families, businesses, and rivalries. Kyle and Audra's potential implosion could shake up Jabot and reignite tensions between Jack, Diane, and even Victor Newman, who always seems to find a way to exploit Abbott weaknesses. Meanwhile, Nick and Sally's downfall could set the stage for a Newman family battle that pits brother against brother in a new, ugly chapter of their decades-old rivalry. Victoria, Sharon, and even Nikki could be pulled into the fray as sides are taken and alliances shift. Two couples, two ticking time bombs. Both carry the potential to redraw Genoa City's map of power and passion. The disaster factor. What makes this moment so compelling is that neither of these romances is built on solid ground. They've always had an edge of instability, and now that instability is catching up with them. Disaster could mean a breakup, but it could also mean something darker. Kyle and Audra, if their corporate and romantic ties unravel at the same time, the fallout could lead to public humiliation, business sabotage, or even a dangerous partnership with someone like Tucker McCall. Nick and Sally, if their love story dies, the ripple effect could fracture the Newman family and push Adam into dangerous territory, desperate to claim what he believes is his. Fans should brace themselves. Disaster on the young and the restless rarely happens quietly. A glimpse ahead. Whispers around Genoa City hint that bigger storms are brewing. Audra may not go down without pulling someone else under with her. Could Kyle end up dragged into a scheme that puts Jabot itself at risk? And Sally may find herself cornered between Nick and Adam, forced to choose once and for all which Newman brother truly holds her heart. The crossroads are coming. But in classic soap fashion, what lies beyond may not be healing, it may be destruction. Because in Genoa City, passion and ambition always come with a price. And right now, both Kyle and Audra and Nick and Sally are dangerously close to paying it.